Yeah.
You were, I just want to tell you, you were excellent with positive reinforcement because you would tell them, you wouldn't say, sit down and be quiet. You would recognize the students that were doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that was um, probably the best thing. And then also the story was very culturally and emotionally educational. So it touched on all kinds of levels.
Sorry. No, just because I have to.
And yeah, you did a great job refocusing by complimenting the students that were paying attention.
Okay.
So you could,
Yes, tell me what to improve on. I would like to know that too.
um, I think you did a good job. Sometimes reading up here or closer, being closer to them, even though they can't see the story, maybe have a kid turn the page up here. But if you could, or just take a picture of it, then go sit down. Because when you're sitting close to them, it's more intimate and more effective. Because then you can have like a discussion while you're sitting with them. Or maybe just during the discussion time, go down and sit with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
or
do that.
or you can even like you did a great visual. That visual was awesome. The who, what, where. So
Yeah, the
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
You can keep it.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna keep all those copies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because awesome. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Super. No, I can't think of anything else.
Cool. So, what do you think? Do you think that because your city is culturally relevant and basically because we live in San Diego and we live in a multicultural city, how do you, because of that, and you mentioned how this format, it would be better if I were to sit over there or sit closer to them. How do you, like, in reference to universal design for learning, how do you think I could improve it to make sure the lesson is more accessible for all students?
So there definitely were kids that you could tell they're not really engaged because they can't read the writing. But what you did when you worked with them after one-on-one, like certain ones, I can't really say names.
Yes.
They responded well because you allowed them to draw a picture, so that was helpful. The story to them was kind of a new introduction to that because they don't live like in a city, a big city. So showing them, riding on the bus, going to the soup kitchen. I don't. Not a lot of them do. They do. Our school is reduced lunches, but not. I want to say maybe a couple of them might go to soup
ride the
kitchen.
bus
So
or
that's
soup
kind of a new
kitchens.
concept to them too.
Like community service aspect.
Yeah, like they don't know. A lot of them don't know what a soup kitchen is.
I guess I could explain that to them.
Yeah, but you didn't know. I mean,
True,
I
but
didn't, and I just
no
thought
one
about
even
it just
asked
now.
either.
No one asked, and I
But
thought
then-
about it now too.
But one thing I could have said, I remember like after when I was going around, is the fact that they saw that they went there, but they had no idea what they were doing there.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe I could have actually sat there and said, by the way, sign the book,
Yeah.
but this is a soup kitchen.
And you could always read it again to them,
Okay.
and talk about how when you reread books, there's always something new that you notice.
Right.
And you could bring that up. So I noticed when we were reading this last time, you guys didn't ask me what the soup kitchen is. Does anyone know what a soup kitchen is? That would be a whole nother discussion.
Maybe I can read it to them after break,
Mm-hmm.
if that's okay.
Yes, but letting them know that rereading helps you with your stories because you find something new. That's
Yeah.
actually a lesson that we do. We spend a whole day on that. Like rereading your books is important. So you
Oh.
should. That would be a great lesson.
Cool. Is that coming up, or did it already happen?
We've done it before, but
Okay.
you could always
Maybe
review it.
introduce it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and then I'm sure there's lots of things you could do that in that book that are that we missed the first time. Not that you missed a lot of things, but there's always something new. Like the people, how like different they looked in the pictures.
Like
That's
like,
a
you
whole other
remember
lesson.
The kid was talking about the balloon.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at first
You could have brought that into like different, not just the different shapes of people, but also the different cultures. And
Yeah.
even though that is like a cartoon representation,
Mm-hmm.
you could turn that into, well, it's like a lesson of people look different.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you started to. But yeah, and then also when like if I wasn't there filming, I think you would have a whole nother experience doing that with them, because when you're being, I know for a fact, like if any adult is in here, I feel different, and I don't have and there's like a almost like a release when they leave, that it's just you and the kids.
Right.
So if you ever want to just try to be with them without me, that might be a whole nother experience for you too. You can
Okay.
do that.
That'd be cool.
Because then you're not thinking. I always am too self-aware when there's someone else in the room, or like if I'm being filmed.
Right. Like now.
Yeah. So you could definitely try that. I think you might like that one. Just I'll step out, and you can just even if it's like 5 minutes, you'll notice a difference.
True. 'Cause I know, like, when I sub, it's a completely different experience because it's, I don't know.
You're more connected when it's just you and the kids.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to worry about people. I don't know. I just get more self-conscious, I think, but I'm also that way just in general. So if some people they're so used to having like other adults in the room, you get used to it, and like. I mean, as the principal comes in more, I'm more used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in the beginning just being like freezing almost, you know, like Logan, when that principal would come in, he was very like gazpacho or what is it, like authoritative,
Right.
authoritarian. So you know it's different. With this one, she's so down to earth and nice that it's like way more relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
But when other principal comes in, the other principals would come in, it was more, you could feel them like just, you know, nitpicking you with your, whatever you're doing. So yeah, you might feel a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, but you did it great. Like that was a great story. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.